B, before I say anything else, I want you to pause and take a deep breath. I know things have been confusing. I know your heart has been hurting. And I know that somewhere along the way, something shifted between us. Something that wasn't meant to. There's a misunderstanding here, a big one, and it's been standing like a wall between our souls. And before it grows any higher, before it pushes us further apart, I need you to hear me, not with anger, not with judgment, just with the same love that brought us together in the first place. Baby, you have to understand, I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you question your worth or your place in my life. Every step I took, even the ones that looked like I was walking away, were never about not caring. They were about my confusion, my fear, my battle with things I didn't know how to express. Somewhere along the journey, the silence between us started to speak louder than our words, and in that silence, assumptions grew. Pain twisted reality. And now, I see that you believe something about me, about us, that just isn't true. I've felt the distance. I've sensed the way you've pulled back, the way your messages changed, the way your energy started to close itself off. And it broke me, because I realized that you were carrying a version of the story in your heart that I never wrote. You think I don't care. You think I've replaced you. You think that maybe all those words I once whispered into the night were lies. But baby, they weren't. Every single word I spoke came from a place deeper than I've ever known before. I meant it when I said I saw a future with you. I meant it when I said you're the one I prayed for. And I still mean it now. The misunderstanding lies in what you think my silence means. You've mistaken my distance for disinterest. But baby, my silence wasn't a sign of not loving you. It was a cry for help. It was the weight of everything I was going through pressing down so hard that I couldn't find the words. Life hit me in ways I didn't expect. I was dealing with responsibilities, pressure, expectations, and on top of that, the fear of not being enough for you. I thought disappearing for a while would protect you from my chaos, but instead, it left you feeling abandoned. And for that, I'm deeply sorry. You see, love isn't always expressed in loud declarations. Sometimes, love hides behind the mess we're trying to clean up before we offer ourselves fully. Sometimes, love steps back, not because it wants to leave, but because it's terrified of dragging the person it loves into its storm. That's where I was. That's where I am. And now I realize that by trying to protect you, I ended up hurting you more. I created space where there should have been closeness. I allowed confusion where there should have been clarity. But baby, please don't mistake my mistakes as a lack of love. Don't rewrite our story with assumptions that were never true. The bond we share, it's still here. It's still strong. It's still the most real thing I've ever known. And I need you to know that I'm not giving up on it. I'm not running from it. I'm ready to clear the air, to talk about everything openly, to show you that my heart still beats for you and only you. There's another part of this misunderstanding too, and it's the one that hurts the most. I think deep down you've started to believe that you weren't enough for me, that maybe I wanted something better. But baby, you are the better. You are the dream. You are the answer to every prayer I whispered when I thought no one was listening. My silence, my distance, my absence. None of it had anything to do with your worth. It had everything to do with my wounds. You are more than enough. You always have been. I know you've replayed conversations in your head. I know you've questioned why I did or didn't do certain things. I know you've cried, wondering how I could be so cold. But the truth is, I was never cold. I was scared. Scared of failing you. Scared of not measuring up. Scared of the intensity of what I feel for you because it's unlike anything I've ever known. And instead of facing those fears with you, I let them dictate my action. That's on me. And I'm here now to make it right, baby. I don't want misunderstandings to ruin what's meant to last a lifetime. I don't want assumptions to write the final chapter of our story. I want to start over, not from scratch, but from truth. I want us to sit down, heart to heart, and talk about everything that's been left unsaid. I want you to tell me how you feel, and I want you to let me explain where I was coming from. Because if there's one thing I know, it's that what we share is worth fighting for. It's worth the discomfort of hard conversations. It's worth the effort of rebuilding trust. And I'm willing to do all of that for you, for us. Please don't let this misunderstanding be the reason we walk away from something that could be so beautiful. Don't let fear speak louder than love. The truth is, I still believe in us. I still see a future where we're side by side, laughing about how we almost let something so silly come between us. I still see us growing together, healing together, building a love that's stronger than anything we've faced. So here I am, vulnerable, honest, and hopeful, asking you to give me a chance to clear the air, to show you that my heart never left, that my love never faded, that my intentions were never to hurt you. I just need you to open the door and let me explain everything. Let's untangle the knots together, baby. Let's rewrite this chapter together. I'm not asking for blind forgiveness. I'm asking for understanding. I'm asking for a chance to speak my truth. I'm asking you to see me not as the person who messed up, but as the person who's trying desperately to make things right. Because I swear to you, everything I've done, even the things that didn't make sense, were born out of love. So please, baby, don't believe the lies your mind tells you when the silence gets loud. Don't believe that you weren't loved. Don't believe that I moved on. Don't believe that this was ever casual for me. The truth is, you've always been the center of my universe. And I'm ready now, ready to clear every misunderstanding, ready to rebuild every broken bridge, ready to prove that my love for you has never changed. If these words spoke to your soul, comment below. I'm ready to understand, because this story isn't over yet. It's just beginning. Baby, I haven't stopped thinking about you. Not for a single sunrise, not for a single moonlit night. Every time the world gets quiet, your name is the only sound that echoes inside my chest. And every time that echo grows louder, so does the weight of what I need to say. Because this misunderstanding, this heavy fog that's clouded our connection, it's still there, and it's still hurting us, and I can't breathe knowing that you're carrying false pictures in your heart about me, about us, about what we truly are. I want to strip away every layer of confusion and speak to you straight from my soul. Baby, nothing and no one has ever mattered to me the way you do. And if there's even a fraction of you that doubts that, then I haven't done a good enough job showing it. I know you're angry. I know you're hurt. I know part of you thinks I've moved on, that maybe I found someone else, or that I don't care anymore. But those thoughts, they're lies. They're illusions that fear planted when I wasn't there to reassure you. And I take full responsibility for letting that silence grow long enough for them to take root. The truth is, you are irreplaceable. I never once looked for someone else to fill the space you occupy in my life, because that space is carved perfectly in the shape of you. No one fits there but you. No one ever could. But I understand why you'd think otherwise. I understand how my behavior painted the wrong picture. My distance, my inconsistency, my failure to communicate, they were like scattered puzzle pieces that never formed the whole truth, and you deserve to see the whole picture. Baby, when I stepped back, it wasn't because my heart walked away. It was because my life felt like it was falling apart. I was standing in the middle of chaos, and I was ashamed. Ashamed that I couldn't be the version of myself you deserved. Ashamed that I was struggling when I had promised to be strong. Ashamed that I was afraid of failing in front of the person whose opinion mattered most to me. You. And instead of letting you see that vulnerable part of me, I tried to hide it. I thought disappearing would spare you from my mess. But instead, it made you believe I didn't care. And that's the farthest thing from the truth. I wish you could see the nights I stayed awake staring at our old messages. I wish you could feel how my chest tightens every time your name flashes in my mind. I wish you could hear the way my heart still whispers your name in every prayer I make. Because baby, you're still the one I daydream about, the one I talk to in my head when I need courage, the one whose memory keeps me going on my hardest days. You're not a chapter I closed. You're the story I still want to write. But I also know that words alone might not heal what's broken. I know you might be tired of hearing promises that feel too late. So instead of just saying sorry, I want to show you what I mean. I want to show up consistently. I want to communicate openly. I want to prove with every small action that this time it's different, that I'm not running from the hard parts anymore, that I'm ready to face them with you, not away from you. You see, baby, love isn't about perfection. It's about choosing each other even when things are messy. And if there's one thing I've learned from all this, it's that I don't want a perfect story. I want our story. I want the real, raw, beautifully flawed version of us that fights through misunderstandings, that chooses to listen even when it's hard, that keeps coming back no matter how far we wander. And I need you to know something else too. This misunderstanding didn't just hurt you. It shattered me too, because the idea of you thinking, I don't care, it's unbearable. The idea of you doubting your place in my heart, it breaks me in ways I can't even describe. You're not just someone to me. You're not a temporary chapter. You're the person I see when I think about forever. You're the soul that feels like home. I know trust is fragile, and I know I cracked it, but I also know trust can be rebuilt when two hearts are willing to work on it. And I promise you, baby, I'm willing. I'll answer every question you have. I'll clear every confusion, no matter how uncomfortable the conversation is. I'll listen, really listen, without interrupting, without defending myself, without making excuses. Because this time, it's not about being right. It's about healing what's broken. It's about building something stronger than before. And I want to say this clearly. You don't have to rush. You don't have to forgive me right away. You don't even have to believe every word I say right now. All I ask is that you allow me the chance to show you. Give me the opportunity to earn back your trust. Because if you do, I swear I'll spend every single day proving that this love is real, that it's worth saving, that it was always meant to be. You and I, we're not done. This misunderstanding is not the ending of our story. It's the turning point. It's the place where we stop running from our fears and start facing them together. It's where we stop assuming and start communicating. It's where we stop doubting and start believing in the strength of what we have. I still believe in us. I still believe that love this powerful doesn't happen by accident. I still believe that souls don't collide like ours did unless there's a divine reason behind it. And if the universe brought us together once, I trust it will guide us back to each other again, this time stronger, wiser, and more in love than ever. So baby, before you let your mind convince you that this is over, please listen to my heart. It's still calling out for you. Before you let pride build higher walls, remember the way we made each other feel when love was simple and pure. And before you let this misunderstanding define our story, give us the chance to rewrite it. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm ready to clear every shadow of doubt, to answer every unasked question, to love you in the way you were always meant to be loved. I'm ready for the truth, our truth, to guide us back home. Baby, if you only knew how many times I've written this message in my head before gathering the courage to speak it aloud. Every night when the world goes quiet, my mind returns to you, to us, and replays every moment, every word, every silence. And it's in those long, heavy hours of the night that the truth always hits me hardest. I let a misunderstanding become a monster. I let assumptions poison something pure, and I let fear build a wall between two hearts that were meant to beat as one. This isn't easy for me to say, because the version of me you saw, the one who walked away, who pulled back, who seemed careless and distant, is not the real me. It's a man hiding behind his wounds, a man too scared to face his own reflection because it reminded him of every time he failed, a man who didn't know how to hold on to the best thing that ever happened to him. And baby, that's what you are, the best thing that's ever happened to me. I know you've told yourself stories to fill the silence I left. I know you've wondered if I ever truly loved you, if I ever truly cared, if you were ever truly enough. And every time I imagine you questioning your worth because of my actions, it's like a knife twisting deeper into my chest. Because you were never the problem. You were, and are, everything I've ever wanted and more. It was never about you being too much or not enough. It was always about me not knowing how to believe I was worthy of a love like yours. Do you want to know the truth, baby? I didn't run because I stopped loving you. I ran because I loved you too much. I ran because the depth of my feelings terrified me. You walked into my life and saw parts of me that I'd buried deep, parts I didn't even know existed. You saw light in places I only saw darkness. You believed in a version of me that I was too afraid to believe in myself. And instead of rising up to meet that love, I cowered. I let insecurity drive me into hiding. I thought if I distanced myself first, I wouldn't have to watch you realize you deserved better and walk away. But in doing that, I created the very pain I was trying to avoid. I know you think I moved on, but baby, I swear on every beat of my heart, I haven't. No matter how far I went, I never stopped carrying you with me. You're in everything, and the songs I skip because they remind me too much of your smile, and the streets I avoid because I once dreamed of walking them with you, in the small, quiet moments when life should feel peaceful, but never does because you're not there. My life hasn't been the same since you, and truthfully, I don't want it to be, because before you, I didn't even know what real love felt like. You taught me that love isn't about grand gestures or perfect timing. It's about choosing someone over and over, even when it's hard. It's about showing up, even when it's uncomfortable. And I failed at that. I failed at loving you the way you deserved. But baby, please, don't mistake my failure as indifference. The truth is, I was drowning in my own emotions, paralyzed by the fear of losing you. And in that paralysis, I lost my way. There's another misunderstanding I need to clear. I know there were things you heard, things people may have said, things you might have seen that made you believe I was happier without you. Maybe it looked like I was living my best life. Maybe it seemed like I had moved on. But appearances can be the cruelest lies. Behind every smile was a storm. Behind every laugh was an ache that refused to fade. And behind every "I'm fine" was a heart silently screaming your name. I still talk to you in my head. I still imagine conversations where I explain everything, where I tell you how much I regret hurting you, how deeply I miss you, how much I still believe in what we could be. Sometimes I even dream of you, and in those dreams everything is simple again. We talk, we laugh, we love, and when I wake up, for a moment I forget that reality is different, until the silence reminds me that I haven't fixed this yet. Baby, I don't want to just explain. I want to heal. I don't want to just apologize. I want to make it right. I want to build something stronger, deeper, and more beautiful than what we had before. I want to show you a version of myself that isn't afraid to be vulnerable, isn't scared to communicate, isn't too proud to admit mistakes. I want you to see that I'm not just the man who hurt you. I'm also the man who's ready to cherish you. And I know actions speak louder than words. That's why I'm not here just to speak. I'm here to show up. I'm here to fight for you. I'm here to be consistent. I'm here to listen, really listen, to your pain without trying to fix it too quickly or justify my behavior. I want to understand what you felt, what you still feel, and what you need from me now. Because this time, it's not just about my love. It's about our healing. There's something sacred about what we share, you and I. We're not a random coincidence. We're not just two people who happen to meet. There's a reason our souls recognized each other so deeply. There's a reason we feel this pull, even when everything else tries to push us apart. That reason is bigger than both of us. And that's why I refuse to believe this story ends in misunderstanding. This love deserves clarity. It deserves forgiveness. It deserves a second chance. Baby, I know rebuilding won't happen overnight. I know there's pain we need to address, wounds we need to tend to, and trust we need to earn back. But I'm not afraid of the work. I'm not afraid of the time it will take, because if the destination is you, every step is worth it. If the result is us, then every tear, every conversation, every moment of discomfort will be a small price to pay. I need you to understand something from the core of my being. You're not just someone I loved. You're someone I still love. You're not just a memory. You're a living, breathing presence in my heart. And no misunderstanding, no silence, no mistake has been able to change that. My heart is still yours. It always has been. And it's still waiting, hoping for the chance to be beside yours again. Maybe we were meant to be separated for a while so we could grow. Maybe this distance was part of a divine plan, not to end us, but to prepare us for something stronger. Maybe we had to lose our way so we could truly understand how precious this connection is. Whatever the reason, I believe with every fiber of my soul that we're not done. And I believe that when we clear the air, when we speak our truths and listen with our hearts, we'll find our way back to each other. So here I am, standing before you emotionally bare, asking for a chance to explain, a chance to prove, a chance to love you the way you always deserved. Not with half measures or empty promises, but with consistency, vulnerability, and unwavering devotion. This time, I want to build something that no misunderstanding could ever break. Again. Please, baby, let's not let assumptions write the final page of our story. Let's pick up the pen together and write a new chapter. One filled with honesty, growth, and deeper love. I believe in us. I believe in the magic we create when we're on the same side. And I believe that everything that's happened so far is leading us right back to where we're meant to be, together. If these words echo in your heart, comment "Our story isn't over" below, because it's not. The best chapter is still ahead, baby. If there's one truth that has remained unchanged through every twist and turn, every silence and storm, it's this: I still choose you. Over the doubts, over the distance, over the misunderstanding, I still choose you. And not just the easy, smiling version of you. I choose the whole you. The complicated, beautifully imperfect, brilliantly real version. The one who laughs too loud and loves too deeply. The one whose heart forgives more than it should and still dares to dream even after being broken. I choose that you, I always have. I know I failed to show it. I know my actions didn't always match my feelings. I know there were moments when you questioned if I even cared. And baby, those questions haunt me because I never wanted you to feel that way. Never. The truth is, every time I pulled away, I was fighting battles I didn't know how to explain. I was trying to protect you from the mess that lived inside of me. But I see now, you never wanted perfection. You just wanted me, raw and honest. And I should have trusted that your love was strong enough to hold even my broken pieces. So here I am, laying those pieces before you now. No masks, no excuses, just truth. The truth is, I think about our future more than I'll ever admit. I imagine the small, ordinary moments, the ones that most people overlook but mean everything to me. I see us sitting on the floor, surrounded by late-night takeout containers, laughing about absolutely nothing. I see us arguing about which movie to watch and then falling asleep halfway through it anyway. I see us chasing dreams, not separately but side by side. I see us becoming each other's peace in a world that's constantly chaotic. And baby, I see us healing together. Healing not just from what happened between us, but from everything life has thrown our way before we even met. Because that's what love is supposed to do. Not erase the scars, but make them softer. Not pretend the pain never existed, but make it easier to carry. And I believe that's what we're meant to be for each other. Home. A place where we can rest. A place where we're safe. A place where we're always enough. I want to build that life with you. Not a perfect life, but a real one. One where we talk through our misunderstandings instead of letting them grow into walls. One where we choose forgiveness over pride. One where we remind each other, even on the hardest days, that love is still here, steady, patient, and strong. And if you're willing to give me that chance, I promise you I'll spend the rest of my life proving that I've learned from my mistakes. I've learned that silence is not strength. Strength is speaking the hard truths with trembling lips. I've learned that distance is not protection. Protection is standing by someone even when the world feels heavy. I've learned that love isn't just a feeling, it's a choice, one you make every single day, even when it's hard, even when it's scary. And baby, I choose it. I choose you every single day. I want you to know something else too. The universe isn't done with us. I feel it in the quiet moments, in the signs I can't explain, in the pull that still draws me back to you no matter how far I go. There's something about our connection that defies logic. It's not just chemistry. It's not just attraction. It's something deeper, something written in the stars long before we even met. And no misunderstanding, no silence, no distance can erase what's written. Maybe we both needed this separation to grow. Maybe we both needed to walk through the fire so we could come back stronger, wiser, and more grateful. And maybe this is the part of the story where everything changes. Not because fate demands it, but because we choose it. Because we refuse to let something this rare slip away. I imagine the day we finally talk again. Really talk. The kind of conversation where tears fall but hearts heal. The kind where apologies turn into understanding. The kind where two people who were always meant to be find their way back to each other. And when that day comes, baby, I want you to know that I won't just say the words. I'll show them. With patience, with actions, with love that's consistent and unshakable. I want you to look into my eyes and see that I never stopped loving you. I want you to hear the steadiness in my voice when I tell you that I'm not going anywhere. And I want you to feel the safety of knowing that no matter what happens, this heart, my heart, will always have a home for you inside it. If I could go back and change things, I would. I would speak more and assume less. I would hold you tighter instead of pulling away. I would tell you every single day just how much you mean to me. But since I can't rewrite the past, I want to build a better future. One where misunderstandings don't stand a chance. So please, baby, don't give up on us. Don't let fear convince you that we're too broken to heal. We are stronger than this. Our love is stronger than this. And I believe with every breath I take that the best part of our story is still ahead. A part filled with forgiveness, with laughter, with second chances, and unconditional love. I want to wake up one day, years from now, and look over at you sleeping next to me, peaceful, loved, safe, and think we almost lost this. But we didn't. I want to grow old with the certainty that no misunderstanding, no mistake, no moment of weakness could ever break what we built. I want to live a life where every scar we earned becomes proof of the battles we fought together. This love, our love, is too rare, too sacred, too beautiful to let go. And I'm willing to fight for it. I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that misunderstanding never has the final word. The final word will be love. The kind that endures, the kind that forgives, the kind that lasts. So here I stand, heart in hand, soul wide open, saying the words I should have said long ago. I'm sorry. I love you. I never stopped, and I never will. If these words spoke to your soul, comment, I choose love below. Because this isn't the end. It's just the beginning of something stronger. Baby, there's so much I've kept locked inside. So many thoughts I never shared. So many feelings I never gave words to. And if you could open up my heart and read what's written there, I think you'd understand everything differently. Because behind every silence, every pause, every moment I didn't show up the way I should have, there was a storm inside me, a storm I was too afraid to let you see. I need to tell you the truth now, the kind of truth I once buried because I thought it would make me look weak, the kind of truth that scared me because it made me feel vulnerable. Baby, the truth is, I was terrified of how much I needed you. I've always prided myself on being strong, on being independent, on handling life on my own. But then you came along and changed everything. Suddenly it wasn't enough to just exist. I wanted to live, and I wanted to live with you. Suddenly the future I never cared to plan started forming in my mind. A future with your laughter in it, with your hand in mine, with your love wrapped around my soul, and that kind of depth. It scared the hell out of me. I thought needing someone made me weak. I thought letting someone all the way in would leave me vulnerable. But what I didn't realize was that vulnerability isn't weakness. It's love in its purest form. And baby, I loved you more than I was ready to admit, more than I was ready to show, more than I even knew I was capable of. And instead of embracing that love, I panicked. I pushed it down. I pretended I was fine without you, when in reality, I was falling apart. I wish you could see how many times I picked up my phone to text you but didn't. How many nights I hovered over your name, wanting to call, wanting to say I miss you, but my pride stopped me. I wish you knew how many times I replayed our last conversation in my mind, wishing I could go back and say the right thing instead of the wrong one. My heart has been screaming your name, while my ego kept my lips sealed, and now I realize that ego has no place in love, not real love. And what I feel for you, it's as real as it gets. Baby, there's another truth you need to know. I never compared you to anyone, because there's no comparison. The world could line up 1,000 faces, and not a single one would come close to the light you carry. Your soul, It's rare. The way you care, the way you love, the way you see through people. It's rare. And if I'm being honest, I never felt worthy of that. I thought one day you'd wake up and realize you deserved someone better, someone less complicated, less broken, less haunted. And that thought alone terrified me more than anything. So I did the stupidest thing imaginable. I pulled away before you could. I built walls before you had the chance to walk out. I tried to protect myself from the pain of losing you. And in doing so, I lost you anyway. That's the bitter irony of fear. It creates the very outcome it's trying to avoid. But baby, I'm done running. I'm done hiding behind excuses. I'm done pretending I'm okay without you when every part of me aches for you. I don't care how much time has passed. I don't care how messy things got. I don't care what we have to work through. I'm ready. Ready to show you the side of me you always believed in. Ready to grow into the man you saw in me long before I saw him myself. I need you to know this. Loving you has been the most transformative experience of my life. It's cracked me open, forced me to confront my fears, and taught me lessons I never would have learned otherwise. You taught me that love isn't about control. It's about surrender. It's about trusting someone enough to hand them your heart and believe they won't break it. And I want to give you mine, completely, fearlessly. I think about the life we could still build, the adventures we could still have, the dreams we could still chase together. I think about lazy Sunday mornings where the only plan is to be wrapped in each other's arms. I think about building a home filled with laughter and warmth and unconditional support. I think about facing the world as a team, our hands intertwined, our hearts beating as one. And every time I picture it, one thought echoes louder than everything else. It's still possible. Yes, we've made mistakes. Yes, we've misunderstood each other. Yes, we've hurt one another unintentionally. But none of that has the power to erase what's real. None of it has the strength to destroy what's written in the stars. If anything, it's made me realize how much this love is worth fighting for. Because even after everything, my heart still chooses you. Baby, I don't want to spend another day pretending I'm okay without you. I don't want to look back one day and regret not fighting harder for us. I don't want to let fear, pride, or confusion rob us of the future we're meant to share. I want to fight. I want to stay. I want to love you fiercely, openly, and endlessly. So here I am, laying it all bare. This is me without the armor. This is me without the defenses. This is me, vulnerable, flawed, hopeful, standing before you and saying, I still want you, not just the memory of you, not just the idea of you, but you, your soul, your heart, your love, your presence, all of it, forever. Please don't let this misunderstanding be the chapter we end on. Let it be the chapter that changes everything. The one where we stop letting fear speak for us and start speaking for ourselves. The one where we stop assuming and start asking. The one where we stop holding back and finally, fully love each other the way we were meant to. Because baby, we're not done. We never were. And deep down, I think you feel that too. Baby, if I could sit across from you right now, No screens, no silence, no distance, and look into your eyes. I think the first thing I would say is, I'm sorry. Not the kind of sorry you say just to move past a mistake, but the kind that comes from the depths of a soul that finally understands the weight of its choices. I'm sorry for every unanswered message. I'm sorry for every night you cried thinking I didn't care. I'm sorry for the confusion, the distance, the doubt, and most of all, I'm sorry that I let my fear speak louder than my love. Because the truth is, baby, fear is the reason I pulled away. I wish I could tell you it was because I didn't care anymore. That would almost be easier. But it's the opposite. I cared too much. I loved you too deeply. And somewhere inside me, a voice I'd known all my life started whispering that I wasn't enough for a love like that. That sooner or later you'd see every flaw, every wound, every scar I'd tried so hard to hide. And you'd leave. So I thought maybe if I pulled away first, I could save myself from the heartbreak that felt inevitable. But in doing so, I created the very pain I was trying to avoid. You see, baby, I grew up thinking that love was conditional, that it could be taken away at any moment, that it was something you had to earn by being perfect, by never messing up, by always being strong. And when you came into my life, you challenged every one of those beliefs. You didn't ask me to be perfect. You didn't care about the scars. You saw me, the real me, and you loved me anyway. And that terrified me, because I didn't know how to accept a love that deep. I didn't know how to believe I deserved it. I built walls, not because I wanted to shut you out, but because I was scared you'd see too much if I let you in. I hid behind silence, not because I wanted to hurt you, but because I didn't know how to explain the chaos inside me. I acted distant, not because my feelings faded, but because they grew too strong too fast. And instead of leaning into that love, I let fear convince me that I was safer without it. But baby, nothing has ever felt emptier than this distance. Nothing has ever hurt more than the thought of you believing I didn't care. Because every single day without you has felt like walking around with half my soul missing. Every laugh feels hollow, every sunrise feels incomplete. And every time I close my eyes, I still see you, the way you looked at me like I was worth something, the way you touched my heart without even trying. I tried to forget you. God knows I tried. I told myself I was better off moving on. I told myself you deserved someone who could love you without hesitation. But every attempt failed. Because how do you forget the one person who felt like home? How do you move on from a soul that mirrors your own? The truth is, you don't. You can't. Because this connection, it's not just love, it's destiny. It's written, it's divine. And baby, that's what I need you to understand. This isn't just a story of boy meets girl and they fall in love. This is bigger than that. This is about two souls that were meant to find each other in this lifetime. No matter how many detours, no matter how much time passes, no matter how much silence stretches between them. And even now, with everything that's happened, that pull hasn't weakened. If anything, it's stronger than ever. It's the reason I still dream about our future. It's the reason I still feel your energy, even when you're not near. It's the reason I still wake up every day, hoping for a second chance. I need you to know that this time, I'm not the same person I was before. The silence changed me. The regret humbled me. The pain taught me. I've grown. I've learned what it means to love someone not just with words, but with actions. I've learned that love isn't about being perfect. It's about showing up, even when you're scared. It's about choosing someone, even when it's hard. And I'm ready now, ready to show up, ready to choose you every single day. I want to be the person who holds you when the world feels heavy. I want to be the reason you believe in love again. I want to build something with you that doesn't just survive storms. It thrives because of them. I want to prove that even the deepest misunderstandings can lead to the most beautiful reconciliations. Because baby, what we have, it's worth every ounce of effort. And I know it won't be easy. Healing rarely is. There will be hard conversations. There will be tears. There will be moments where we have to rebuild trust brick by brick. But if you're willing to try, I swear I'll match your effort with everything I've got. Because I don't want anyone else. I don't want another almost. I want us. Messy, flawed, real, us. Sometimes, late at night, I imagine the moment we finally find our way back to each other. I imagine holding you, feeling your heartbeat against mine, and whispering all the words I never had the courage to say. And I imagine you finally understanding that none of this, not a single second of it, was ever about not loving you too much. So here I am now, vulnerable and exposed, asking you for something I know I don't deserve, but still desperately hope for. A chance to explain, a chance to show you I've changed, a chance to love you better this time. Because if there's one thing I know for certain, it's this: I don't want a life without you in it. This misunderstanding doesn't define us. It never did. What defines us is the love that still exists beneath all the noise. The love that refuses to die no matter how much time passes. The love that's waiting patiently, faithfully, for the day we stop letting fear lead and start letting love guide us home. Baby, if there's one thing that's become crystal clear to me through all of this, through the silence, the distance, the aching nights, it's that love isn't just about what you feel. It's about what you become because of it. And because of you, I am becoming someone I never thought I could be. The boy who was once ruled by fear is becoming a man who leads with courage. The man who once hid from love is learning to fight for it, and the soul that once ran from its purpose is now walking toward it, step by step, heartbeat by heartbeat, because that purpose has always been you. There was a time when I believed love was enough on its own, that feelings would fix everything, that destiny would handle the details. But baby, I've learned that love, real love, is more than butterflies and longing gazes. It's work, it's growth, it's sacrifice. It's choosing to look at the parts of yourself you'd rather ignore and deciding to change them, not because someone demanded it, but because the love you share deserves the best version of you. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not the same person who once let pride silence my heart. I'm not the same man who thought distance would protect us. I'm not the same soul who let fear dictate every move. I've been learning, growing, evolving, slowly, painfully, but purposefully. I've confronted the wounds I used to bury. I've started healing the traumas that once made me run. I've learned to speak instead of shutting down. I've learned to feel instead of suppressing. And I've learned that vulnerability isn't a weakness. It's the bridge that connects one heart to another. There are days when I still wrestle with my old patterns. Days when doubt creeps in, when the voice that says you're not enough tries to make itself heard again. But then I think of you, of the way you believed in me even when I didn't believe in myself, and it gives me strength to keep going. Because I don't just want to come back to you as the same person. I want to come back as someone worthy of the love you gave me so selflessly. I want to be the kind of man who makes you feel safe, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, deeply. I want to be the man who listens without interrupting, who holds space for your feelings without judgment. I want to be the one who supports your dreams as fiercely as I chase my own, who stands beside you not as a burden, but as a partner. I want to be your peace when the world gets loud. I want to be your home when everything else feels uncertain. And baby, I'm working toward that every single day. I'm building stability, not just for myself, but for us. I'm learning how to communicate, not just with words, but with actions that match them. I'm strengthening my spirit, not so I can stand above you, but so I can stand with you. Every choice I make now, I make with the thought of our future in mind. Because the truth is, I don't just want you back. I want to keep you. I don't just want to reunite. I want to build a life that keeps growing in love, trust, and purpose. Baby, as I reach the end of everything I've been holding inside, there's one last thing I need you to hear. One last truth I need you to feel deep in your soul. Everything I've said to you, every confession, every regret, every dream, every heartbeat poured into these words, it all comes down to one unshakable reality. I still love you. I never stopped. And I never will. The misunderstandings, the distance, the silence, they were never the ending of our story. They were the pages we had to turn to get here, to this chapter of truth, healing, and destiny. And now that we're here, I want you to know that this is not a goodbye. This is a promise that no matter how many times we stumble, I will keep choosing you. A promise that no matter how uncertain the path becomes, I will keep walking it as long as it leads to you. Because baby, this love, it's not fleeting, it's not fragile, it's fated. It's the kind of love souls wait lifetimes for. And I believe, with every breath I take, that we were meant to find each other in this lifetime, no matter how many storms we had to walk through to get here. There's something I need you to understand now. The story doesn't end with this message. In many ways, this is just the beginning of deeper conversations, the beginning of stronger understanding, the beginning of a love that finally gets the chance to grow without fear holding it back. And if your heart is still beating in sync with mine, then our story is far from over. And if you felt every word of this, if something inside you whispered, "This is my story," then there's something I created just for you. I poured my heart, my tears, and my soul into writing a piece that goes far beyond what I could ever say here. It's not just words, it's a journey. one that takes you deep inside the divine masculine's mind and heart, a journey into all the things he could never say out loud, all the feelings he hides behind silence, all the reasons he loves you but struggles to show it. It's called Love Link Letters, the words he could never say. And it's more than just an ebook. It's a mirror to your connection. It's a map that helps you understand the why behind the distance, the truth behind the silence, and the love behind the hesitation. And if this message touched your soul, the ebook will take you even deeper into the sacred space where his heart truly lives. If you've ever wished you could peek inside his thoughts, if you've ever longed to understand the kind of love that hides behind fear, if you're ready to see the side of him he's never shown anyone, then don't wait. This is your sign. Go grab the ebook now. The link is in the description below. Your support doesn't just mean the world. It allows me to keep creating these deep, heartfelt messages for you, to keep sharing the truth that so many souls need to hear. And I promise you, once you read it, you'll never look at your connection the same way again. Because baby, this isn't the end of our story. This is the part where we rise. This is the part where love wins. And this is the part where everything you've been praying for finally starts to unfold. Slowly, divinely, beautifully, just like it was always meant to. I love you. I believe in us. And I know, with every piece of my heart, that the best chapter is yet to come. If these words spoke to your soul, comment, "I'm ready for our destiny" below. And don't forget to check out the ebook in the description. It's the deeper truth you've been waiting to hear.